Alright, so let's wait for this to kind of load up, and then we will start. That was fast. Usually it takes about up to 20 seconds of the of the stream for it to kick in. Okay, so everyone, this is GeoWill from Productions², and we're back to do maybe not so long a stream. We'll find out. I'm gonna try and watch the time instead of just going off into infinity. So last time on the last stream, we decided to kind of switch gears on what we're working on and switch towards working on the UI, the scene manager, or the scene for the blacksmith, which is where all the you'll be modifying the actual instance weapons and things like that. And we managed to get the command list to then have a thing in it, as you can see. And that's where we're at. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be maybe changing this formatting a little bit, making the text a little bit bigger, maybe adding some more information to this. For example, maybe we'll have sword, then the level, and then maybe also room for the refinement level, so like sword plus 1 level, whatever. And then once we get that in and see how that would stack up against in terms of like maybe for the maximum amount of stuff, like we'll say the max level would be 99 and the max refinement level would be 10 or something like that. Or we'll just assume a double digit and a triple digit for the level. Double digit refinement, triple digit for the level max. So 99 and 999. And then see how that fits in with the size over here, the window size. So what we're going to do now is let's actually just go ahead and do that. We're going to, well, it's kind of stuck because we didn't do anything with let's go ahead and add the cancel real quick. So I'm going to come back with a cancel. Let's just pop the scene. So we'll just say this dot scene dot pop scene. Or no, with this dot. Is it scene dot pop, this dot pop scene pop? What are you? What are you? Tell me. Tell me what you are. Actually, I think it's at the bottom of this. We're gonna find it. Scene bank, or not? Maybe not. The hell? Where is it? Come on. I know you're here somewhere, damn it. Where are you? Demand you show yourself. So, not deposit, action panel, cancel, action panel, oh, scene manager.pop, that's what it is. Scene manager .pop. Alright, so that'll make it so that on this, we don't want to do it when we select something. We want to do it when we cancel. That way when we cancel on this, it won't get stuck like that anymore. Now, let's just do a little bit of a hack to put in that stuff so we can see what it looks like. So let's just pull this out real quick, and we'll build a string around this, and then pass the string into there. So there, we'll say text string or something, text str equals this plus, so it would be plus 99, so that'd be the maximum, and then we'd say lv dot space 999. Alright, and then let's also then set this dot, this dot content dot contents dot, or no, this dot set font size, crap. Always get me, it's just kind of weird how this works. Sometimes you have to use the dot contents and sometimes you don't for certain commands. Let's see, where are you? Text size, set, know I've got to set it somewhere. Just got to figure out where. Oh, there. Contents.font size. Okay, so contents.font size equals, we'll say 22 to start with, and we'll see how that works out. Oh, and then text str. Alright, let's go ahead and reload this. And see how this goes. So I'm going to be building a system for a family this weekend. It's going to be my test run on building an mini ITX build, which is what I'm going to be building for a Windows. I guess it would have to be a Windows 7. I don't think we can do an XP on ITX. Just because the parts needed to do that, I don't think there are drivers for the part. Well, there might be, but I think it'd be easier to do a 7 than it would be to do an XP. And you can still run XP games on 7. Okay, new game. Alright, let's grab a sword. Okay, let's take this off. We don't need it anymore. So what do we have? Okay, sword. Well, we didn't put in the space, but that works. We got the text. So now here's the question, though. What about if we have a weapon that's name is crazy long? So, for example, because people name stuff weirdly all the time. So let's just fix that real quick. Save that. And then I'm going to close this, and I'm going to go over to here. Let's add a new weapon. And we're going to call it some crazy thing. Katana of Darkness or something. Icon will give it... Isn't there a katana icon in here? Something that's not quite... That's a regular sword. Oh, here we go. There it is. I knew it was in there somewhere. But yeah, there'll be a sword. We'll just keep all that stuff the same. Actually, let's make this 35. Parameter attack edit 25. And we'll also change this to bleeding. Well, we don't have a bleeding. Let's add one then. So states, change maximum up by 1. Bleeding. We'll use HP down. This is max though. What if I just want to do regular HP? Okay, fine. What else? What else can we use for this? I guess we can use that as an approximate. Subtraction none. Traits edit. So how did I do this on mine? Ram. Oh, a negative. That's how we do it. Negative HP regeneration. So we do it. So how you do this is you set negative HP regeneration. That way, every turn. Well, it depends on what the HP regeneration is overall too. True, I didn't think about that. But we'll set it to 4 right now. But technically, that should work. It should give you damage every turn instead of healing. Is there a number of turns? Auto removal, turn end. 3-2 4 turns. If actor is inflicted with a state, actor name is bleeding. Bleeding. Okay, I wasn't done with that. It's no longer bleeding. Alright. Apply, go back to our weapon. Ton of darkness. Okay. Yeah, we kind of screwed that one over. I didn't want to overwrite the sword. Let's fix that. So that was a sword. Edit to 50. That was 10. Yeah. Now on this one, we want to edit this to bleeding 35%. So 35% chance of bleeding. Okay. Apply. Okay. Save it. Run it. So I want to see what I want to see how the text length affects that. So let's go to game, or actually wait. We need to add that to there as well. All right, now let's see what that looks like. Just to determine if I want to do that or not, because maybe, yeah, you see how it's all squished down like that? It's because the text is too long for the font size, and there's not enough room for it to show up the full size of it. The full size that it wants to. So, maybe what we'll do is, well, actually, what we are going to do is over here. We'll display a status window kind of thing that'll show information about the currently selected or currently highlighted item. So we'll need to figure out how to do that though. So I haven't actually done that on just like a selected index changed kind of thing. It does that on the main menu window though. So I come back and we go to the main menu window. Or not. But it kind of does it here with this. So I assume it would be something similar where when you select a different one of these on update, we would need to refresh the information. So, what we need to do then is need to make a new window. I think we already have the window up here, defined up here. Weapon status, yeah. So we need to do a weapon status. We need to do the weapon status window now. So let's go back down to, or up, I guess, not down. So to the scene. Weapon list this dot create weapon status window. So grab that function name, scene blacksmith dot prototype. That equals function. All right. So what we want to do now is just start with this, because we want to use the same Y. We're not going to use the same X, obviously, and we want to have this fill out the rest of the window. So how we're going to do this now is on the X, what we're going to say is var this dot underscore wep list window dot get width, and I'll need to add the function to do that. Window weapon list dot prototype dot get width. And just return this underscore W. So we'll get the width, which will get us the width of it. Then we'll add a few extra pixels to it. So maybe something like, I guess 20 would work, because 20 looks pretty good there with the 20. Actually, maybe we'll go down to 10, maybe half of that space, just so we can utilize the screen space a little bit better. And then what we want to do on width is we want to say so what I would like to do is, let's do width last, because we can use the X. So the X determines where we're starting horizontally, or, well, on a horizontal line where we're starting at, where the window is placed vertically, though, in terms of the axis it's on. So what we can do now is, since we're going to say that the window starts on X, that's going to be a certain value, which is going to represent the first chunk of the window where it's at. So if we use the window, the graphics dot width minus X, that'll get us the, well, minus X, yeah, because that's the weapon list window plus 10. So that minus X will get us the width of the entire rest of the window. So graphics dot width minus X. Now this dot underscore weapon stat window equals new window up status. We're going to pass through our W, H, X, and Y. And then we are going to we're not going to call any handler. We're not going to put any handlers in because there aren't going to be any handlers. This is just going to be a status window. So I think all we have to do then is just do a refresh. Let's wait on that actually. Let's just add the window. Because what we'll have to do is what we'll need to do is set a we'll need to set the current item that it's showing information for based on the selection from the wherever the cursor is on the index window. So we'll need to make sure that the when this window loads, that the first item is selected. And that will cause the a function will write it in here to pass the object over to this window to show all the information for it when it loads. So just add the window this underscore wep stat wind. Okay, and then we'll show this, activate and show the help window, and then we'll call this dot underscore wep stat wind dot show, but not activate, and then this dot underscore wep stat wind dot refresh refresh. Okay, so this is going to be a status window. So if I go, let me I guess we could just go look up the window over here. I think it's this window status window, or window status. Yeah. Well, it's a type of window selectable, I guess. Yeah, just window status. So we're gonna make this a subclass of. So window web status dot prototype equals object dot create window status dot prototype. So, width, height, X and Y. I don't think we will need. Oh, we'll see what we need and what we don't need. So for now, we'll just call window status dot prototype dot. So X, Y, width, height, and then that's all we'll do for this for now. Then we'll do a window underscore web status dot prototype dot set so I guess we will add this to underscore weapon. Okay, now we need to do a we need to implement draw item. So I definitely need I need to go to grab my plugin from class changer plugin. My plugins, class changer, demo, JS, plugins, and why, yes, the plugin does not even exist. Crap. Close that. Not what I wanted this, and wow. So awesome. What the heck? It's gone. Why are you gone? Demo, maybe it's in here. No, that's the... Christ. What the heck? This is crazy. What the hell happened to it? It's just like missing. Open this up real quick. What the hell is going on? This is obviously not the latest one, but still the plugin should be here. Well, it is there, but the file's missing. Wow. Nice. Where... Dude, where's my plugin? Okay, I guess we'll have to go take a trip to the repository. I'm on working here, that's good. Let's see, class changer. download this thing. Now what I would like to do is just download it right into the folder. So I'll just grab my go, send this over there, and save. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. What the hell did I just download? Why, yes. We will download this randomly stupid piece of crap for you. I have no clue what's going on. Title. It's like it saved the page or something. What the hell? Microsoft, what have you done to GitHub, damn it? Right click, save link as. Okay, so it saved everything, not just the file. Are you kidding me? That is so messed up. It used to be you could right click on this stuff, just download the file. Alright, we'll just download it then. In a zip file. Yes, replace that abomination. And let's, it should automatically update in here. Yes, here we go, good. Okay, so we can just go searching for Windows status. Or maybe it's not, maybe it is Windows selectable. Window actor, or window, change status. Class change status. I'm not sure why that's there for. I might not have changed that to the proper thing. So, no, this is a Windows selectable. Interesting. So, oh, that's interesting. I just did it in the refresh itself. Nice. I guess that's a way to do it. Okay, we'll do it that way. Oh, interesting. Horizontal line. Nice. I don't think well, maybe we'll need it to separate the. So here's what I'm planning to do. I'm planning to have, and this is going to be kind of insane because we got to figure out how to do this. But what I want to do is I want to display the basic weapon information. So I want to do the icon. I want to do the name of the weapon, the description. I want to show the level and the refinement and the experience it has. Then I also want to show the durability, so that's 6 things. Let's write these down so I don't forget them here. So, let's say window, web status, prototype, dot refresh. Alright, so here's what we need to have. So we need the weapon name, obviously. Not in this particular order, but we need the weapon name, weapon icon, weapon description, and maybe next to. Okay, let's put them in the order that they should show up in. So the icon and the name, and then the description. Then we should have the weapon level. Weapon experience, and weapon refinement, and weapon durability. Then maybe a HORS line. And then we can have the params over here. Do a vertical line, and over here have the traits. So as an example of how this might look, it might say, so we'll have the icon here, a couple spaces, weapon name, so sword. Underneath here, the description, so a basic iron sword. Underneath that we have the weapon level, so level 1 spaces, EXP, it's like some random numbers. Refinement, it's like +2 or something, +3. And then durability would be maybe 20, it'd be like this, 30 out of 50. Then we'd have a horizontal line. And then we'd have the traits. So we would only write them if they exist. So in this case, this one does just attack. So we'd say attack plus, and we'd actually show what the amount is. So we'd pull it out of the final params. In this case, it would be, well, we would do final params minus base params to get the change. So it would be plus 5, because it's 10 and goes to 15, so plus 5. And let's say that we also then have, let's say it increases the health, for example, for some reason. So HP, let's just say it adds 56 health. Then we would have a horizontal line here, and on this side of it we would put the traits. So like, for example, blind, so we'd say something like 35% chance to blind. Maybe we'll make less spaces, so we make it, maybe add other things in here. Again, it all depends on the screen space too. And maybe just like a 15% chance. Or maybe we'll say bleed 35, so 15% chance. Something like that. In which case we would also move this in a bit more. So it looks something like this. Tweaking will have to be done to handle, like, if it adds a lot of points or stat, you know, adds that to the stats or not. But I think this could probably fit within that window. So I'm going to do something like this. So, so this is where we need to come back over here, because we need to figure out how to draw the, okay, so change class status, refresh, so line height, draw status, draw actor class, name class, draw actor face. So now if we go over to the item window, it has, I think, a draw icon thing in there. So we can go check that out. Or maybe, did we bring it over here? I don't think we did. Or no, yeah, that was, never mind. I was thinking of the of that one when I meant the window item list, I think. Okay, window item list. So in there somewhere is going to be, so change rectangle name, number, opacity. Somewhere in here is going to be like a draw icon. Maybe we can just search for that. Draw icon. Process draw icon. That's in window base. So with icon index and text state. So I'm guessing the text state dot x plus 2 dot y plus. Not sure what the text state is for. So yeah, draw this dot draw icon index. So XY. So window based icon width and height. Icon index times 16 times PW. Floor icon index pH. Contents XY. So we just need to pass the icon index and the X and the Y, which is, I guess, where we're placing it. And we should be able to access it from X. That's window base, so that's like a base thing that will always be available. So let's start with that. So this dot draw icon. So now the icon index will be part of the weapon. So wep dot, or this dot underscore wep. I think that's what we named it. Or is it just icon? Oh, it's underscore icon, isn't it? Yeah. Forgot I didn't take out the underscores. Underscore icon. And then the X and the Y. So we'll want to put this kind of near the top left somewhere. So maybe X 15, Y 25. We'll see how that works out to start with. And then right next to it, with some space in between, this dot draw text. This dot underscore wep dot underscore name. So we want the, so for text we need the string, the X and the Y, and then the width and the placement. So in this case, we want to say 15 again, so we want to be on the same X. So 15. And then we'll say something like maybe 60 for the Y. Width we'll say 180. And left. So next we want to do the other things here. So the description, this dot underscore, or this dot draw text, this dot underscore wep dot underscore description. Is it full description or, yeah, full description. So this one, we want to move it down now, so maybe around 24. Y will be 35, so we start indented a little bit. And the length will be 250, I think will probably be good enough. And left as well. This dot draw text. So So now we want to do the weapon level and experience. So the weapon level can be up to 3 digits. So we only have to handle that. So this dot underscore wep dot underscore level. We'll start it on the same X as the description, so it's indented a bit. Now on the Y, we want to move this down again some, so sorry, this is wrong. 25. So the X moves it left and right, the Y moves it up and down. So we actually want to make this let's try 40 to start with. So this would actually not be 25, but this would be maybe 20. And then this would be, yeah, 35 should still work. Again, then the Y would be 45, so we'll get basically 10 unit space. That's kind of a lot. It's kind of a lot, though, to be honest. And now I'm doing it again. It should be no, yeah, the Y does the up and down. 25, 25, so it's on the same line. X changes. Let's make this 30. Make it 5 in between. And make this 35. And then on the width, we won't need that much. So maybe just maybe 75. Now this we're going to need more for, because we can have a whole bunch of values of characters with this. So we do want to start it on a little bit over from, so 20 plus 75, so that's 95. So let's start it on 110. The Y will still be 35. And the width will be, let's start with 65. This might be too much, actually. Let's try 40. So that's 60. So that would be maybe 76. No more than that. Let's go 80. And then we can bump this up to maybe 85. And then we want the refinement and durability, which will go on their own lines. So this dot draw text so X will be 20 again. Y will be 35, so 40. And the length on it will be 125. And then this dot draw text durability. So 20, 45, and 145. Alright, now I'm not sure if that'll actually draw yet or not, but we'll see. So, we have that. Now up here, we need to set... So let's go to... Back over here to the item thing. So there's a function here that gets called window item list. It's called so this dot index of game party last item is index draw item current item enabled includes max call spacings category. So let's try and use select first. We'll create one that says select first, and then we'll set the index. So this dot select. Okay, so this dot select index. So select first. Actually, we can just call this dot select and then just pass index to 0. Now select something they have here specifically. Select equals function. It's part of window. Okay, it's part of window selectable. Very well. So it should be there as well. Oh, true. Oh, no, window selectable. That's what this one is. Never mind. It's having a brain for it. So, window. Weapon list dot prototype dot select first equals function, and then this dot select 0. So now if we call this let's go and save this, and then let's run this. And see what happens. So what it should do is it should, well, we'll see what actually happens in terms of what, where's the, oh, I don't have it open. Okay, we got an issue here first. Get width is undefined. Prototype get width, window select list. So on line 337. Cannot set property get width of undefined. Oh. Wait, what? Cannot set property get width of undefined. Window weapon list prototype there. Add a typo. It's amazing how that stuff causes problems, but some of the other things doesn't. Okay, now what do we got? Window status not defined. Oh, yeah, okay, that probably makes sense. 92, so I probably copied something over and didn't change it. Oh wow. Type of the thing up there. Why didn't that cause an issue for? Very, very strange. Okay. So grab our stuff, come over here. Alright, awesome. Icon of undefined. That's on web status refresh. Because I put it up here, well, down here, and we are not setting the, okay, so first thing we have to do is on this as well, we need to set a new member. Needs to be called this dot status window. Both null. And then we have to do a set status window. And then do a select first, which selects so we should probably do is, instead of on process OK, we need to call so window weapon list dot prototype dot select and then index, then call window underscore select bool dot prototype dot or not prototype, yes, prototype dot select and then dot apply this arguments and then run this. Now once that's done, that will hopefully set the selected weapon. Then, so selected weapon is an actual weapon. Yeah. So now we call this dot underscore status window dot set weapon and pass through this dot underscore selected weapon. If that passes the selected weapon to that, we call refresh, and then when it comes back and refreshes the status window, hopefully that will start showing up. But we'll see if that works or not. Unexpected token on 65. Oh, yes, equals function. Alright, can't we read set weapon of null on 331? Because at this point, it hasn't been created yet. So what we should do is we should create it first. I can find the scene here. But we're using the blah. We're using the, okay. Let's create it, show activate, show this dot underscore wep list window dot select first. We'll call it from up here instead of in here. And then on the select statement, we will call that. And then we will set, we'll have to set the window though after it's created. So also here, this underscore weapon, Alright, let's see what happens now. Set weapon of null. 370, still an issue. Because we're still selecting... So wait, line 370. So this so status window is still null because we are calling select initial. Well, by the time we get to the okay. I think we need to. Well, this is on create though, isn't it? So we're creating it. Let's pass through this. Okay, we'll have to do it this way. We'll leave that function there, but we need to pass this through as a parameter through the constructor. That way we have something while we're constructing it, initializing that will actually have a thing there instead of null. So I think that is the main problem at the moment. So it's getting created, but it's not being set while it's being initialized, and we're doing a select. Select's being called at that point for whatever reason, and it's trying to pass that over to that, and it's null. The stat window is null. Stat window member variable of the weapon list is null. Oops. Okay. Still undefined, damn it. 368. What do I need to do to make you not be stupid? So set weapon of undefined. Status window is still undefined. How are you undefined? Okay, let's do some debugging here. First things first. Where are this? A CNAT where we're creating it. Here we go. Stat wind. Plug that. Well, we'll plug it down there, and we'll also put one up here before we actually call it to make sure that stat wind is actually has a value, which it should because we're creating it before we create this now. We do have a. Oh, that's just from that. F5. Okay, new game. Grab some stuff, come over here. Alright, so, first things first. Get rid of the stack, and don't care about the locals. Get rid of all this, and add a new one, this dot underscore wep stat wind. Really? Because it's actually called that. What do you know? And I'm in the wrong window again. Caught it this time before I tried to save it, so it's an improvement. Okay, scene, here we go. So that's why it's null, is because we are trying to do that, and we shouldn't be trying to do that. Okay. That should help dramatically. How could you still be undefined? Okay, disable the rest of the breakpoints and re-enable them. So this is just weird. It should be created by then. Left stat wind to the game. Let's not actually load anything in this time. We'll just go to here. Oh wow, it is coming up to here still first because what the F? I could have sworn that I dragged this up here. Okay, let's try this again. I wish you didn't have to not be stopped to refresh. It's kind of annoying. Could have sworn I dragged that up there to the top, but apparently I didn't. Okay, get width is still undefined. Oh, right, because I remembered that, yeah, okay, so we still have a chicken or the egg problem. We still can't pass it here because it still isn't defined, because in order to define it, or to actually initialize and instantiate it, we need to know the size of this. Well, here's the thing. We already know what the width is. It's 250. So technically, we could just put 250 here and cheat. Because we already know it's 250 up here. And then we could put this above it and it wouldn't be a problem. I don't believe, anyway. Window help heights, window web stat, yeah, it's the only one that would be a problem. This will have to be actually in between these, though, because it does use the help window height to get set up, so that should work now. Famous last words, but I have a lot of famous last words, actually. The famous last word king. Okay, now we're back to icon of undefined, which is good because it's just good. Let's see where that's at. So that's in the stats window. Awesome. I think it's because we didn't check to see if weapon was null. We just said, oh hey, let's just pull it all in there because it's always not going to be null, when it actually is going to be null sometimes. So we need to do a if weapon. If this dot underscore weapon. So if the weapon is not null, then do this stuff. Otherwise, don't do a damn thing. Just leave it blank. Okay. So that should fix that. Let's see what else comes out. And this is how you really this is how I develop software, basically, is I just wait until something breaks like mad and then. Okay, weapon status, weapon status window is good. So we go to the next, and go, and select first as undefined. Okay, so window, uplist, typos, too many typos. Damn. That's just how it works. You keep doing stuff and fixing things that shake out until it works. Holy crap. Hey, we got some stuff here. Awesome. But it is not drawn any way, shape, or form the way it should be. And it's showing just sword and not updating on the select. But hey, I mean, it worked for the first one. So, what the hell is going on here? Okay. So this window is kind of the entire thing because something isn't defined right or isn't processed right. So, it could be that we are not initializing it. Window select. Let's see. So window status type prototype initialize call XY width height, which I think is right. It could be something else though. Let's check. Window status. Dot initialize, or no, it's not initialize. It's dot create, isn't it? Well, that wouldn't. No, it would be window. Crap. Is it window? No, it's definitely initialize. But the initialization for status window doesn't have. Okay. The status window initializes at 0, with height. That's why it doesn't take parameters. So we need to actually do the initialize on selectable instead of status window. Just kind of weird, but fine. One wonders if we just do this as window selectable instead of status. Well, let me see. What do we have? Set actor. Well, that's set actor. So technically, draw block. Technically, yeah, we wouldn't. Well, there's horizontal line though. Yeah, we could just recreate it, I guess. Yeah, because this is actually not the window I thought it was. This is the window that when you click on status, then select the actor. That's the window. This is the window that opens up full screen that displays all this stuff. That's why it did that. So instead of status, we want window selectable. Alright, that should open up correctly. This stuff should then display correctly, I think. Well, we'll see. Maybe not. Cool that I got the icon to draw the first time. Yeah, sword. Right. So that's the sword information. Let's go ahead and rerun this, see what happens. And then we'll see about adjusting things if we need to in terms of where they're placed. We probably will actually have to adjust quite a bit. Oh, great, I forgot to get anything, so good. There's nothing there. I like to see that. Okay, yeah, we'll need to, so we'll need to make some changes here. We got a lot of room here to use. Obviously, there could be a situation where we have a lot of stuff. Maybe as they get more advanced. Well, actually, oh, we clicked on this. Or no, we clicked on it and it did an okay. Damn. No, well, yes, and it's definitely what happened because it's stuck on the. It got trapped in the process okay. Anyway, so this stuff we don't have enough spacing, I guess, evidently for this. So let's go ahead and fix that first thing. So this looks okay. Where the icons. Well, for whatever reason, this isn't okay. Let's fix that too. We need to fix the quite weapon list. Oh, we didn't change this to 10. Thought I did. File that underneath things I thought I did that I actually didn't do, or I had undone by undoing other things that I thought I hadn't done and did do and had to undo. So that'll fix that. We actually want to, let's move this up closer to the top. Let's make this 5 and 15. Now, we want this to be on the same line, so 15, but this needs to go over more. 40 is not quite enough. Let's make it 65. Now this definitely is not enough. So again, 20 for the indentation, which is fine. But this needs to go down to like maybe, so it's on 15. We set up as like a 5. We need to go down lower. Let's try 45. So we're adding basically 30 to it. So that would be 75, 75, 105, and then 135. And let's see what that looks like. That should be, that might be more than we need, but like I always say, when you're working on this stuff, it's better to go over what you need, because then you can dial it back more precisely. Actually, we don't need this stuff now, so just going to take those out. Okay, better. Yeah, because then the description will go in here. So that actually looks pretty good, actually. Now, what we do need to worry about is the spacing. Obviously, this is way the hell too small. But hey, we got level 1. Awesome. So that pulls in the information correctly. The spacing for this, though, the amount of characters we're giving it is not enough. So level 75, 40 is not enough. Let's try 85. So 85 and 20 is 105. So the X should be like maybe 125. And then this should be a lot more than that, maybe 300. And then well, actually the refinement is a little bit too small. Actually, maybe 140 will do. It's a little bit shorter than durability, I think. Or no, it's the exact same size as durability. 45 then. So I'm looking at this down here. It's the same number of characters, basically. Okay, let's go ahead and refresh. And this should look pretty close to what we want. Much better. I think refinement, these still might need to go out a bit more. They still look a little bit crushed compared to these. So maybe we need to set these to, say, well, even the level even looks like that compared to EXP. So maybe we need to set this to 125, and that would be 145. It's 165, and then this could go to like so it's 220 on both, and see what that looks like. So we got lots of space in this window here to work with. So maybe we won't do all the stuff. We'll do just this bit here, and then when we select the weapon, we'll open up a larger window that will have all that information in it. Yeah, it looks better. I mean, we got all this space over here too, though. See, so problem is this will start extending out there. I like how it's indented, though. Looks cool that way. So what we could do is we could drop this down a bit and add more stuff in here that way when we select it. So. Okay, I just ended up double-clicking it by accident. So what we want to do is when we unselect of this, so we're updating the cursor, but the cursor, when we do that, it's not updating the thing over here. So, and we know it's updating the cursor through onSelect because, or on the select function, because that's what updates the cursor as a select function. So we need to figure out what, so maybe, are we not calling refresh on the window when we need to be? That might be it. We might need to call refresh on the window from the select list. Yeah, I think so. Let's see if this works or not. Cool. Oh, crap. We need to, okay, so, okay, first and foremost, let's fix the length of the title of the name because that needs a little more room to work with as well. It's 400. What we also need to do is we need to empty the contents before we do this. So, this dot, clear, contents.clear. I think that's what it is. Let me see. I need to find a refresh somewhere. Contents.clear, yeah. Because what happens is that we're actually overwriting things. So this looks a lot more vivid because it's actually two of all that stuff layered on top of it again. And as you can see up here, though, we have the sword and then the katana of darkness, and there's probably a sword icon underneath this. So let's go ahead and refresh this again. Ah, there we go. Now, what I would like to do is figure out a way to add values into here. Well, I guess we could do, well, for like testing purposes, to change the values so we can see them updating. But I mean, we know they're updating because this is changing and that's changing. The only reason that stuff would change is because the values are being pulled in from the thing. Another way we can do it, though, is if we come over to the, not there, we can go and close that. Let's close this, come over to here. Let's put in some descriptions. A basic iron sword. Now I want to try something here. Hopefully it works. A mystic weapon of great power. Said to have belonged to let's put in, I'm going to see if we can do like a multi-line thing here or not. The problem is if we do that, I'm not sure if we'd have to modify the code to handle that, so maybe not. But it goes, see if you don't, well actually it might work this way, we'll see. We might have to make the description section bigger, in other words. Apply, okay, save, go. Okay, so basic iron sword, yeah, that's what I was thinking. So the description is not long enough by far. I doubt that's. I think that'll probably cause it to run over the edge of the thing. Maybe, but we'll see. Yeah, exactly what I thought I would do. So maybe what we could do is, so what if we tried to build this out in a multi-line thing down here? So, in other words, we check to see what the length of weapon description is. If it's longer than the width of the window, we then get a certain number of we get the number of characters minus the window size, which will get us like the minimum that we'll have. We'll take a few more off. The problem is, how do we deal with like the things like this? Let's try putting that thing back in. The set to. So I wanted to put a. Now, this doesn't work with plugin commands, but maybe it'll work here. No, it doesn't. Okay. They get escaped. So. So let's move this down another line. So we say we're adding 30, so 75, 30 onto that would be 105. So basically we're just adding 35 to what we have, so this will be 135, and then this will be 165. And then let's make this a variable. We'll just say desk text. And then up here, what we'll say is var desk text equals nothing. Now, let me check the bank real quick, because I have some code that I created to handle that situation. I think it's in the bond information creation, which would actually be over in objects for that, and I will have to go to the repository. Okay, this. Equals, so this dot underscore wep dot underscore description dot replace so let's see what this does. Well, it's sort of kind of did nothing. So draw text, placing it with a, so maybe draw text. I'll have to look up and see exactly how maybe we can do that. But so you can see it's changing things now, which is good. Awesome. So I think we'll leave it off for there for right now. I will probably do some streaming tomorrow morning, and then maybe a bit when I get back home from work tomorrow. And we will continue working on this, and I think the next step will be to, so what will happen is we'll have, when you select the sword, this action pane will go away, and a new one will show up down below it. And this window will actually expand to the right, and maybe down a bit. Well, it depends. We'll have to see how that works. because if we put it below that, so maybe not. Maybe what will just happen is we'll have this window just drop down to the bottom of the screen when we select the weapon, and it'll show all the other information. And then what will happen is that we'll leave this selected window shown, and then below it we'll show we'll hide this or change this. I'm more favorable to hiding it so we're not modifying what's in there, because then that could change what's displayed over here based on what the coding is. So maybe we'll just hide this window, open another one in the exact same place, maybe shorter or something, or it may not be shorter because I won't put this stuff in here, the plus stuff. I'll leave that out. So it'll just be the item name. So we can shrink the window a little bit down and make this a little bit larger. But we'll hide that one, put up another one that'll list the options, so the level up, refine, synthesize, and repair. And then underneath this one in this small section here, we'll put another window that will be that'll show the cost to do the action, as well as maybe required items. So you'll have a required item, the item name, the number, and then the OK or cancel, and then we'll have those items be highlighted based on whether or not you have them, and then also highlight or maybe gray out the options that are not usable. If the OK button, in other words, if you can't do it. So, something to look forward to. So, thanks for watching. If you watched it live, if you're watching it afterwards on YouTube, comments, questions, leave them below. And I will see you next time.